dramatic and disturbing video shows the moments an innocent black woman's home was raided by Chicago police. She was left standing naked, handcuffed, and humiliated in a room full of men. Eric Cox reports on the horrific encounter and what's being done to right this wrong.
This is Anjanette Young, a Chicago clinical social worker, published author, and loving mother. Despite the big smile and the joy the Christmas season may bring, inside she's harboring a lot of hurt. Young's life will never be the same after one fateful night in February of 2019, when her home was raided by police.
I had just gotten home from work, and while I was undressing in my bedroom, and it happened so fast, I didn't have time to put on clothes.
A CBS News report revealing the missteps Chicago police made both before and after wrongly entering Young's apartment.
And I'm just standing there. I mean, terrified, humiliated, not even understanding why in that moment that this is happening to me.
Officer body cam footage obtained by Young and her attorney after a judge forced police to turn it over, giving us a glimpse at what happened during the horrific encounter almost 2 years ago. Young left standing naked, handcuffed, and humiliated as nearly a dozen male officers searched her home.
If I had made one wrong move, I felt like they would have shot me. I truly believe that they would have shot me.
Officers entering Young's home looking for an armed suspect after getting a tip from an informant that he lived there. There's no evidence police ever performed surveillance of the home or additional checks as required by policy before receiving their search warrant. The suspect police were looking for actually lived in another unit in Young's apartment complex and had no connection to her. Officers could have easily located him. He was wearing an electronic monitoring device at the time.
You got the wrong house! You got the wrong house!
Young telling police time and time again they were in the wrong apartment.
I've been living here for 4 years and nobody lives here but me!
Okay, you don't have to shout.
I don't have to shout! This is ridiculous! You got me in here because I'm naked, you kicked my house in, and I keep telling you, you got the wrong place!
If you can hear that my voice is hoarse, it is because I have been unsparing in my comments to all involved in this colossal mess.
Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot expressing her disgust for how Young was treated.
Why there's been such a visceral reaction is because we as black women put ourselves in her place. And how can we not?
The mayor promising changes for the city's police department and a quick conclusion to the investigation of what went wrong. More than a year after the probe began, Chicago's Civilian Office of Police Accountability, or COPA, says they're still interviewing officers involved.
We cannot breach the sanctity of someone's home unless we have complete certainty of the occupant's criminal conduct.
Young and her attorney plan on refiling their lawsuit against both the city of Chicago and the city's police department next week, except this time they plan on taking their case to Illinois State Court. Back to you in the studio.
Eric, I have so many emotions. I am utterly lost for words. To see that video, to see that woman naked with nothing on, just repeatedly screaming, "You have the wrong house," and then to hear the fact that the suspect they were looking for had a GPS monitoring bracelet on. What's being done to fix this issue?
Well, plain and simply, not a whole lot if you ask any of the critics of the Chicago Police Department. But if you were to ask Mayor Lori Lightfoot, she spoke on it just a few hours ago. She went into exhaustive explanations about what she feels she's done in just her first year in office to try and correct some of these wrong search warrants that are issued out. Here's a couple of the things the city says they've changed since that disturbing video you just watched. They said now not only does one police supervisor have to sign off on a search warrant, but 2 internal police supervisors have to sign off on any search warrants before they're executed. The second thing, and this is probably the most crucial, is that a pre-check, a surveillance of the exact location where the search warrant is expected to be executed must be conducted prior to any raid teams going out and performing any actions.
It's like, where are we safe? Breonna Taylor, in her home, sleeping. This woman, coming from work, upstanding citizen, undressing like we all do when you come home from work, relaxing, and police just bursting your door. Thank you, Eric, for that report. Great job. Stay safe.